Have you ever felt like there's a secret code hiding in the English language? You know, words that just sound connected, but you can't figure out why? Well, today we're going to crack one of those codes. And trust me, once you see this pattern, you are going to see it absolutely everywhere. Let's dive in. So, let's start with a word we all know. Bicycle. Simple enough, right? But what on earth could it possibly have in common with this word? Stumble. Say them out loud. Bicycle, stumble. Hear that? That little ol sound at the very end? That's our first clue. So what's the secret? What's the hidden link between these words and honestly hundreds of others? That's the puzzle we're about to solve, and the answer is a total game changer for how you read. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll hunt down this puzzling pattern. Then we'll decode it, give it a name, and learn its rules. After that, I'll show you a super useful divide and conquer trick. And finally, we'll see how all this makes you read like an absolute pro. All right, let's get into it. To find our pattern, we need to go looking for clues, kind of like detectives. So let's check out a short text where this whole mystery really starts to reveal itself. Okay, listen carefully as I read this. I want you to try and catch all the words that end with that same ol sound we were just talking about. Ready? Racing great Lance Armstrong took a tumble during the second leg of the Boston Bicycle Classic. He hit a puddle from the day-long drizzle. With his ankle taped, Armstrong continued to struggle, but he won the battle, and at the final whistle, he was in first place. How many did you catch? Okay, let's light 'em up. And boom, there they are. Tumble, bicycle, puddle, drizzle, ankle, struggle, battle, and whistle. Wow, all of a sudden, that pattern is kind of impossible to ignore, isn't it? They all share that exact same ending. And when we pull them all out on their own like this, the clue becomes so obvious. Every single one of these words ends with a consonant, then the letter L, and then an E. This right here is the key to our code. So now that we have the key, it is time to decode it. This pattern actually has a name, and once you learn its really simple rules, you'll have officially unlocked the code. Okay, so the official term is the consonant-l-e syllable, but, we can just call it the CLE pattern for short. It's a special little syllable, and it's made of just 3 parts: a consonant, the letter L, and a silent E. That's it. That's our 3-part code. And what makes this pattern so awesome is that it follows 3 really simple rules. First, it is always at the end of a word. No exceptions. Second, that final E is always silent. It's just there for the pattern. This means you only actually hear the consonant and the L smooshed together, making a sound like bull, pull, or cull. Knowing the rules is cool, but actually using them, that's where the magic happens. Let's turn this knowledge into a really practical technique I like to call divide and conquer. It'll help you break down even the longest, trickiest words. Here's how it works. It's just 3 easy steps. Step 1, scan the word and find that CLE ending. Step 2, remember those 3 letters always stick together to form the last syllable. And step 3, you just split the word right before that first consonant in the CLE. That is literally the entire trick. Let's give it a shot with the word crumble. Okay, so first we spot the bull at the end. That's our final syllable. Then we just draw an imaginary line right before the buh, and suddenly this kind of long word becomes 2 super easy chunks. Crumble. Crumble. See how simple that was? What's so cool is how consistent this is. Sizzle? No problem. It splits right into sizzle. Handle? That becomes handle. Sprinkle? Just sprinkle. Once you have this tool, you can just attack all sorts of words and make them way easier to read and pronounce. But you knew this was coming, right? This is English after all. There's always one tiny little exception to the rule you gotta know about. Okay, so here's the one twist. It's the still ending. In these words, not only is the E silent, but the T goes silent too. It just kind of disappears. So in a word like whistle, you don't say the T at all. It's just whistle. Same thing happens with words like castle and bustle. And now we get to the final payoff. This is where we see how mastering this one little pattern gives you this amazing 2-for-1 superpower that's going to improve both your reading and your spelling. So this superpower works like a two-way street. When you're reading, you see a long word, you spot the clay pattern, and you use it to break the word down. But when you're spelling, you do the opposite. To spell a word like puzzle, you hear the two parts in your head, puz and zol, and you just know that zol sound is spelled Z-L-E. It makes spelling feel logical instead of like pure guesswork. All right, let's look at one final passage and see this in action. A few minutes ago, words like jungle, drizzle, bottle, tickled, and struggled might have seemed a little intimidating. But now you just see the parts, don't you? Your brain automatically goes jungle, drizzle, bot, toll. This is what it feels like to be a fluent reader. Your brain is cracking the code without you even thinking about it. So there you have it. You've officially cracked the CLE code. It's a fantastic example of how just one simple pattern can unlock a huge chunk of the English language. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secret codes are out there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to find them?